Alright guys, I'm here back with more NieR Automata, continuing on with playthrough C. Well, kind of. I mean, like, we skipped the ending of playthrough B, whatever. Yeah, we spent a lot of last episode kind of resetting things up here. Because I for some reason I didn't do a whole bunch of the chips and stuff from last playthrough. I don't know why. But whatever, we're gonna continue on. Still listening to RGP.
Basically going to be going
So
up.
See that.
Then
Yeah,
says, all right, I promise.
Still
You've got
got
my
hack.
vote. You've got the Joker's vote. We'll all vote for Christian to go. And quite frankly, I want Alyssa out next. And she says, look, if you change your mind this week, I'll be with you. I'll change my vote with you. And he says, if I change my mind, I don't want you to change your vote with me. I want you to tell me I'm being stupid.
Yeah, I'm glad that he acknowledges that. Like, if you put Christian on the block as a backdoor target, he needs to leave. Specifically for DX game and a lot of other games. But I'm glad, like, no, don't go with me. If I change my mind and I want Billy, please slap me and talk to sense. Like, you backdoor this person. He's a cunt beast. He's gonna come back for your ass. Don't let me, become, sober my thoughts and become, a little empathetic and just be like, I don't want to break up this show before. No, like,
a little multi-level hacking, huh?
Already like that.
Fuck off.
DX has really impressed me with HOH. It really has.
Yeah, I mean, there have been mistakes, but I think his social game has really been able to shine here in how those mistakes are able to be somewhat smoothed over by the social element of his game. So it'll definitely be interesting to talk over this week on the Stock Watch. Tiffany talks to Claire. They both agree again that Christian needs to go this week. They'll deal with Sarah Beth next week. Just re-solidifying all of these things. Xavier talks to Sarah Beth, and I was really hoping to see from him, like, okay, writing's on the wall, Christian's leaving, time to stop campaigning against Sarah Beth and, get this relationship back on track. This conversation was, I think, kind of in that direction, but again, like, Xavier just not quite pushing as much as I want to see him push here. He is going to spend most of this conversation talking about how he doesn't think it makes sense to backdoor Christian. Why would he do that? It's just a dumb move for him. And Sarah Beth is like, I mean, it does make sense if the queens are backing it, doesn't it? And I was like, thank you, finally, somebody, for pointing this out, because everybody keeps talking, it doesn't make sense for this person to go against, it doesn't make sense for this person to go against. It always makes sense if they have backing. And if there's, a group of people who are backing anybody who's willing to make a power play, then power plays are going to be made.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely true. And
I think I'm really just going to wait until we get a decent thing. What the fuck? What? Oh, I was so close there. What the fuck?
Even though you look like you're not going anywhere, next month, I wish it was a little more heavy on the building connection between SD and because I feel like going into jury and how the cookout setup.
Just take this really slow.
This person having another person.
Fine.
I feel like she has Claire and
bullshit,
even though
whatever.
Hannah and DX, they have each other a lot more. She still has Derek X over, some other people. And I feel like Xavier will just have,
sounds like a plan.
Alyssa, and I feel like he just needs to branch out.
Let me just mark the point on the map.
Deep connection that he can get,
there.
Sarah Beth is on his team, so it's something that I feel like should be solidified, but is it really that solidified?
Yes.
Wait, just
so Xavier's going to talk with Big D as well. And now Kylan had already spoken with Big D, and the point has been made that basically, again, one of the other points here
we're really sad.
is that Kylan is saying, look, why would you fight against this, Xavier? Because this plan is the only plan that prevents a cookout member from touching the block this week. If Christian doesn't go up, then Big D has to go up. And we don't want a cookout member to go up on the block, do we? And so for Big D, the fact that when Xavier talks to him about, like, he really doesn't think it makes sense for Christian to leave this week, Big D's like, what, do you want me to go up on the block? Well, no, of course not. I want any plan that works to make, to not have you go up on the block is the best plan. Xavier's going to continually find himself locked out of every single one of these conversations when it comes to trying to prevent this from happening, because it's almost similar to Sarah Beth. Like, dude's been sitting around not on top of this stuff, he found out way too late to make any kind of difference, and it's already like the decision has been made and the work has been done, and he can't reverse it even if he tries.
Yeah, he really can't do anything about it. But his conversation with Derek, Big D, it was so funny because it really proved to me that like Xavier is a no nonsense type of person, even though he can have fun and whatnot. Just the way that like Big D says things, Xavier's like, I ain't gonna work with me, like don't do that again. And just like I really love it because Big D sometimes needs to be put in his place, and Xavier is mainly the one to do it with a lot of Big D's remarks. But yeah, it's too late for any influence for Xavier to have. But I did like that type of moment because Big D was like, if you were Colin, cut me. Oh, it's gonna be on and we're popping or something like that. Basically, like threatening him, like, yo, don't do this. And Xavier's like,
the operation will begin at a point southwest of the city room.
So I just love that type of energy from Xavier. Even though I wish it would be a lot more like game focused, energy-wise, but I still like it.
Be careful of
Yeah, Big D at one point is like, why not just send Alyssa right out with her boyfriend? And Xavier's like, no! What about Sarah Beth, right? Don't take my other one.
Wait, I have a question about this as well. Does Big D know that he doesn't have that? I mean, you can group Ozza, Brittany, together, but because I don't know if Tiffany has explained to that point, because I know she was explaining to Kyle and a bunch of people like,
Yeah, we're set. Like our chips are really good right now. It's like we're not losing out. Like every time we lose out, we like immediately get it back. So maybe I went too much into that mold.
people who work together. So it's okay.
Wait, what? That was some bullshit. Look look at that. We fucking kill him and like everything's
Big
back.
D, and Ozza from Tiffany a few weeks ago was that everybody has, their one person, and except for the Jokers who basically have each other a trio. So like the way she says it is, essentially, it was pitched well, I think, in that it makes it seem like you guys almost have an advantage because you have 3 people in total. Because you two are together, plus you have Brittany, so you have 3 people total as opposed to everyone else who's just in a duo. And so, and then on top of that, it's like, Big D even really have, right?
Which I guess 2B's just always in this outfit.
For the loss of friendship.
Playthrough C, I think.
But Big D's primary thing is just get out as many women as possible, and then ride to the end with his bros, Kylan and Xavier. I think that would be his ideal scenario.
And then tell the girl the different thing, and then people open their mouth and tell Big D, yo, Big D wants the girls out, and the girls like, yo, you telling us different things, and kind of getting a little mixed up with communication.
No, I want to do.
So I feel like that was the best.
No, I want to do it all.
It was conversation. I think Claire was telling Tiffany.
Actually, well, I don't have a backup save to have. Yeah, I don't have a slot.
Anytime I talk about Claire, Tiffany, because they're always
4B, Captain of Vanguard Squadron Alpha. We're being worn down by a fierce enemy attack.
Yeah.
This is Guerrilla Unit 2B. We're on our way.
Roger, and thanks.
So like, I'm like so confused. And someone else made that comment as well. I'm like, look,
Okay. Well, now we're actually getting damaged.
Yeah, Big D is. There are these players occasionally who just the players that they just run their mouths constantly, but nobody cares. It hosts nothing they can do. Yeah. So Hannah's gonna talk with Tiffany. She tells Tiffany about her idea of giving Alyssa a heads up right before the veto ceremony, and Tiffany says yes, but then she'll tell Christian. And Hannah's like, that's fine.
Okay.
It's not fine. It's not fine.
Yeah. Can we get something good, please? Like, can you give us this moment? We had Big D on the front line side. Whitney wasn't necessarily. Everyone, like, at this
like,
be on our 4th eviction.
Seems like we kind of cheated here with this playthrough. But,
give it to us. Like, give it to us.
Oh, wait.
But even when Brent was
Who else to get? Oh, is that our ally?
Like,
I'm so confused. I guess so. Yeah, it should allow us to get through this a lot quicker, though.
It's like, can we get anything? Can we get something good? Like in this moment, I just want a real blind side, and don't mess it up. Just don't have sympathy in your heart for this moment. Be a villain. Please, I'm begging you.
Tiffany tells her, so I talked to Kylan. He denied knowing Sarah Beth. And Hannah's like, what? And she's like, oh, don't you know? She's single. She's like, what are you talking about? He's like, where have you been, Hannah? She's like, I don't know, where have you been?
I know.
Don't you know she's single? Like, what are you talking about? And she gives her the whole explanation about the Disney World Pass, and she said she was single. And Hannah's like, are you sure she wasn't just saying, like, not married?
We'll join you and provide
What?
you
No,
backup.
she said she was single. She exposed herself in front of everyone.
I'm so tired of this storyline.
This is
Like,
Unit
Tiffany trying to
8B
find
with
out
Attack
what's
Squadron
really up with
Omega.
Sarah Beth's
We've gained
relationship.
control of
But
our
I
assigned
remember
zone.
watching you and
Heading
Mary
out now to
yesterday.
provide
Y'all brought up
support
this point
elsewhere.
as well. Like, maybe Sarah Beth is talking about the not married, point of things. I would not have thought of that just because I just wouldn't have thought of that. But since Hannah did, I thought it was a very fair point when Tiffany was not buying it. She's like, no, she said what she said, and she didn't even try to go back on it and say, exit. And then it's stuff be like, well, maybe they broke up, or
This is 3B, Captain of Theta Squadron. The enemy machines are multiplying in front of us. We can't hold this position.
I want, like, as we when they raise this, like, her and Shelly, just so everything can be like hushed up. Well, maybe Tiffany, that wasn't Shelly. Nah, you see the way they were, man, that wasn't Shelly at all. I feel like that would be the same thing. So we can't win this.
Alyssa's gonna talk with Kristen and Tiffany, and they talk with Tiffany about their plan. Alyssa has an idea that she wants to tell Hannah right before the eviction that they're voting out Sarah Beth over Big D. And they also let Tiffany know that they're gonna have to take that shot at Derek X soon because he is too dangerous in this game. And so Tiffany goes to the cameras and she's just like, America. Alyssa wants to tell Hannah 30 minutes before the eviction that they're voting out Sarah Beth. She wants to give her the heads up, just make sure she knows so she's not blindsided. Hannah had an idea that she wants to tell Alyssa 10 minutes before the veto ceremony that Christian is about to get blindsided and backdoored. How thoughtful of them, America, that they think so highly of each other that they want to give each other the heads up. And how nice of them to include me in all of their plans.
That was funny. That was funny. And wait, even when Tiffany was in that room with Alyssa and Kristen, she was really laying on things. She made a comment. She was like, "Oh, y'all been thinking, huh?" I was like, "Yo, you were really just driving it." With this moment, it made me hopeful that even with the
Eve's
renounce
network was
happening,
destroyed.
that Tiffany can recover in the eyes of Alyssa. Just in the aspect of Alyssa was throwing out Derek's
This is Unit
X
7B
name
with Vanguard
to me.
Squadron
So obviously
Delta.
she doesn't
We're
know how
currently
close
pinned
they
down by
really
a number
are.
of machines
She
that
doesn't
appear to have lost their
consider
minds.
This is Unit 2B.
she doesn't see Tiffany really riding that hard for
Roger,
Derek X.
2B.
They're really
Much
talking
appreciated.
as much. So I feel like when this move does happen today, I feel like Tiffany can easily, not easily, but I feel like she can recover from it just because they already know that have that relationship that So I'm kind of maybe hopeful for Tiffany to get out of the situation. But yeah, this whole interaction is so funny. Tiffany to the camera, like they want to help each other out. You know what I mean? But leave me out. It was such a fun. I definitely think it's gonna come
I hope so. She says Alyssa wants to go after Derek next week. I might need to take her out next week instead of Sarah Beth, which is not part of my plan. But I love Derek. I can't have her coming for him.
I wonder how Xavier's gonna be feeling with Bam Bam if that does happen. But yeah, that wasn't the best thing. Even Tiffany. I was just saying, I want Kylan and DX on the block at the same time. She was like, wait, I cannot have that happen. So it definitely didn't do any favors for Alyssa. She's gonna open her mouth and wish she
Thanks for the
tell
assist.
Christian. But
We're
and
heading out
also
to support the
like,
next
Tiffany
squad.
went looking for them, which I really love.
We'll join you there
because
and lend
she
a
wants to have that
hand.
relationship with her children that she says, where are my kids at? They're like, we're right here, Mom.
Or it's just the spirit of
But I'm like,
sighted
yo,
new enemies in the region.
get out of the house now.
They've got
They
attack
just, like,
Squadron
cuddled up
Omega
in that
surrounded
bed
and are
together
giving
while
them one
everyone else
hell
is
of a
downstairs.
fight.
So I was
Can you
so,
get
like,
over there
geeked
and
off
provide
about that. I'm
support
like, yo,
ASAP?
brother, you're about to get backdoored. You're so out of the loop in this
This is
game.
tougher than I
Tiffany's
thought it
literally
would
running
be.
downstairs to talk to
We
the
need to
cameras and be
hurry.
like, no, they have no idea what's going on. Please do something to help yourself. So hopefully, after today, we'll get a lot less of them, just sticking to each other and friends, a lot more, but it would be dope to see.
So Tiffany's going to get together with Claire, and they discuss like the logistics of how they're going to manage this because basically this is really like how their relationship often works. You know, Tiffany is very much the social element here, and certainly has plenty of strategy as well. But Claire's value to Tiffany, I don't think can be understated. That Claire's constantly bringing up things that Tiffany is overlooking, and like she's like, okay, so when this happens, where are we gonna go? How are we going to act? And Tiffany's like, oh my god, I hadn't even thought about that. Like, you're right. Like, Christian and Alyssa will probably go up to the have-not room. Derek's gonna go to the storage room, of course. That's where you go after to put the veto thing back. And so, like, where do we go? Where do we sit? What are we gonna say? How are we gonna act?
I love the moment they were talking about where we're gonna sit. It's like, I don't want to sit next to Alyssa or across from Alyssa. I want Christian to be sitting kind of next to the nomination chair, so he doesn't have to walk through all of us. It was so funny, so good.
Tiffany's letting Claire know about where Alyssa and Christian stand. Tiffany, by the way, was like, Derek was so smart. He was right to go after Christian. Like, they're coming for him. And Claire's like, yeah, maybe we pushed a little too hard in the Sarah Beth direction. Maybe we do need to take out Alyssa next week, something like that. I think that
I do remember this fight.
I'm curious to see if Claire does, for some reason, leave earlier than expected because Tiffany is willing to let her go. What that might mean for Tiffany's game, because while she is often letting these small details slip, talking about royal flush in front of Hannah, not thinking about the ramifications of every action all the time. And Claire's very good with those details, and Claire has been helping keep Tiffany on top of a lot of these things. So it'll be interesting to see where things go if they ever separate.
Yeah, if they ever, I mean, we saw the conversation just going back to Tiffany and Kylan, and I didn't really understand this completely.
Okay,
a little better. But Tiffany was saying if Claire or DX get to jury first, then they won't have any idea about the cookout, and then like, what do you remember? She was talking about like SB, with who they want to get to jury, first. So they won't really know about the cookout, and people that come later can inform them about the cookout, but they're also anticipating a battle back. And so I just didn't understand the idea, like what Tiffany was doing, like, SB can probably go later because, that whole thing mind-boggling. But yeah, I hope she doesn't let Claire go earlier than expected, or that she needs to, because it won't really do her any good.
Well, like the original plan that she was talking about was, SB, Claire, Derek leaving like the soonest, and then Brittany and Alyssa leaving last. And so that's when she was like, oh, well, but if Alyssa's going to go after Derek, I have to change my plans and get Alyssa out first. But that doesn't really make sense because she was kind of looking at Derek earlier, at least in that conversation. In other conversations, she's talked about Derek leaving last. I think she's so personally conflicted on the order that I don't think you can really take what she says about her boot order very seriously in the moment. I think that we have to pay more attention to, like, okay, who are her immediate targets? Still Sarah Beth, now maybe a little bit Alyssa, and those are probably the people that are going to be looked at in the coming weeks if Tiffany has influence over those evictions, which she is more than likely will. So, Tiffany's going to talk with Derek. She wants him to talk to Xavier about the plan for Christian. She says that, look, he's already got a pretty good idea of what's going on. I'm telling you, he'll be okay with it. I think that you should talk with him. She's trying to build this bridge. She knows that Xavier is not feeling great about this, but she's trying to get Xavier to feel good about it. She's trying to build a relationship between Derek and Xavier. Derek has reached out a couple of times. Xavier has continued to sort of be like, nah, I'm good. And so she's encouraging Derek to approach Xavier again. Derek's like, should I try to make a deal with him? She's like, absolutely. Derek's like, what about like a 2-week deal? Like, Derek loves these 2-week deals.
I'm so excited for it.
Yes. So Derek does talk to Xavier. He explains why he wants to backdoor Christian, and Xavier still pushes back. Really, he's still trying to see, like, well, don't you think he's your shield? Like, don't you? And Derek's like, my shield from who, though? Like, who is he shielding me from? Is the question. And Xavier's like, anyone.
one.
white area
Like
virus?
he doesn't have an answer for. Like basically, Derek is asking like, who's coming for? If you think that I need a shield, who is it? Who is it that's coming for me? Are you coming for me, Xavier? And Xavier doesn't give him anything. And so eventually they keep talking. Eventually it comes around to like Derek's kind of like, hopefully we can talk some more later after the veto. Like I would love to talk more about like how we can move forward in this game together. But like he didn't even get around to the deal making because he couldn't breach Xavier's walls.
Xavier's walls are up, and they have been up for like a while. And I don't see the pairing with Derek X and Xavier really working.
Wait, which one's 2B then?
Xavier does want Derek X out, and he's with Alyssa and Christian at this point.
Oh, there she is.
It's not going to work. But I do like the attempt of Tiffany to see the situation and to want the best for Derek X, and being like, hey, I think this can help the game. I did like that, but I don't think it paid any dividends to his game at all.
I mean, it's an underrated sort of element of Big Brother gameplay that a lot of good players miss is keeping their allies cool with each other. It's something that Cody was very good at in season 22. He was able to make sure his allies functioned properly as a team. They all were cool with each other enough that they didn't want to betray each other, and he helped make that function, while at the same time making sure that they were all most loyal to him as much as possible. And he encouraged tension between them while also encouraging the peace between them. A lot of people will focus on one or the other and not maintain that balance. So a lot of people will be like, okay, I want everyone to be loyal to me and only me, and I want them to be suspicious of each other, and they encourage divide in their alliances, and then their alliances end up targeting each other themselves, and their structure falls apart. Or they're like, I need my alliances to stick together and be a cohesive unit, and then what you encourage people to bond, and then now they're tighter with each other than they are with you. And so it's a difficult, sort of balance beam to sort of walk, right? But Tiffany is pretty good at it. She's usually able to get her people to like the people that she likes while still being most loyal to her.
That's really good insight. I mean, you're so smart. I didn't like. If I was like in the house, I think it would be so easy for me to like what you said, like want everyone to be loyal to me and kind of be very suspicious of everyone else. But it does, help your game if your allies still do have that cohesiveness of like wanting to work together, but you also have that edge over them. Like, hey, I have your loyalty over them. So that's something that I didn't honestly think of. That's why I guess that's why you're like the robot.
Okay. Claire is going to talk with Hannah and Tiffany late into the night here. Tiffany says to Hannah, oh, I meant to tell you. I was supposed to tell Claire about this, but you're not supposed to know yet, Hannah. But Alyssa wants to let you know 30 minutes before the eviction that we're all voting out Sarah Beth. She just wanted to give you that time to confirm it with the house, and so that you can vote with the house and not be on the wrong side of the vote. And I was like, I'm confused. Why wouldn't I vote out Sarah Beth? And she's like, because the plan would be that Derek is saying that Big D is the target. Oh my god! I forgot how behind Alyssa is in all of this. She's like, Claire's like, yeah, she's like 7 plans behind at this point. They're just laughing about how out of the loop she is.
It was a funny chat. I love those 3 girls. They have, like, Tiffany's done. I don't know if it's Tiffany or if it's Claire. I don't want to give all the pure credit to Tiffany when Claire is not really playing this game as well. But I really like the relationship with Claire and Hannah. I'm starting to develop or how, develop since, I don't know what. But I like that trio sort of thing. I really enjoyed their conversations. It's game focused, but also getting to know each other. But they feed off of each other really well. So I really love it.
This was a very funny conversation. I've only got a couple of examples from it, but if you enjoy the more lighthearted, sort of jokey stuff, like this was a really good one. And Tiffany says, yeah, Alyssa and Christian are expecting it to be a double eviction, so they're hoping that that Christian can win and then he can put up Derek X. I don't know how Christian will be able to do that from home, but
I was so mad. And they just immediately bust out laughing. Like, Tiffany knows what she's doing, and I love it.
yeah. In the meantime, Derek is going to talk with Kyland and Sarah Beth.
Sounds good.
And of course, he has to go to them in bed. They're in bed together, and he goes over to them. He said he's really worried about X's response to this whole thing. Is he had a conversation with X, but didn't get a lot from him. And then in a public forum, X is talking about like, yeah, I don't get too mad unless people come for my friends. And he's like, this guy's gonna kill me. Literally. The X is shook, and I feel like just like going like that moment right there kind of was like, even though I don't think Xavier, I mean, Xavier went out there, the X is so just worrisome, but just like careful. And Xavier, he isn't really doing himself any favors with making comments like that as well. Like when he knows that Christian has, a high probability of going up, it's not really saving that. Yeah, SP says, look, we've got your back. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So Tiffany's going to talk with the cameras again. She says, I'm going to have to act surprised during the blind side tomorrow. Sarah Beth gets to stay one more week. And she goes on to talk about,
This is where command turns on them,
I'm
right?
the only one with the plans in this house. Look, if anybody else had a plan, I'd be happy to go along with their plans. But they're all coming to me with the plans, or for the plans. But it's important that they come to me with. If you come to me with your plans, that's good. If you don't come to me with your plans, you're not with me. That's not good. It's important that I always know what's going on. And she says, I know I'm just joking around, America.
I only used
I'm
one.
not that
That's like
cocky.
easy one.
And she says, look, I didn't come here to play with these people. I came here to play these people. It's different.
I love that.
Fuck off. What the fuck?
And the most important bit of this to me was she is thinking about if she's trying to figure out if she wants to secretly throw Christian a vote this week. She says this would not be a rogue vote per se. It would more be a love vote. She just genuinely doesn't want to vote against Christian. She likes the guy. He's like her son. He's got her son's name. And she would not be able to tell Claire or Hannah about it. She would just be throwing one in there. She says nobody else knows that I cast that rogue vote in week 1, other than Frenchie in America. Let's see if she's thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a point of it.
No.
Love vote.
If anyone is acting infected it's you.
I can also see her using that to, like, say Alyssa wins, just like a little
2B,
edge over the rest of
9S.
the people. To
You're
a certain
being
extent.
detained under suspicion of virus
I
contamination.
don't think they'll do anything. Let's hope not.
Wait a
They'll
minute.
do anything. I love vote. But there's also a thing I was thinking about. I don't even know how. If I was in that situation, I feel like I would overact in that. Like if Christian's being, I feel like my face would be like I feel like I wouldn't know how to do it in a normal manner if I already know, just because I feel like just the pressure of how to perform in this moment. So I don't I'm looking forward to see how Tiffany does it, because I think I would be horrible at
Commander, we have to go.
Yeah. Final real conversation of the night here, worth bringing up, I think, is the Hannah and Derek conversation. She's concerned about Sarah Beth winning and putting her up on the block. Again, he says, I really think she wants to work with us. She says, I'm not so sure. I think she's just telling you what you want to hear because you're HOH this week. He's so, well, I'm not really sure about X. I'm getting bad vibes. And she says, I really don't think he's as opposed to Christian leaving as you think he is. And Derek X is like, that's not really the vibe I got. Essentially, she says, look, me and Tiff have X. You don't need to worry about him. And I know Derek X is perceptive. I know he's going to pick up on these kinds of things. I'm sure he already has to some degree. I'm sure he sees that he's trying to be set up with X, but that X isn't really on board, and that they're claiming to have X, but it doesn't really seem like that's the case. I hope he realizes that, and I hope that he tries to do something about it, because if he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble here with X. But they talk about Big D and how ridiculous he is. He drank the Frenchie Kool-Aid, and he's still drunk on it. Now he thinks, Derek says, Kai is his new Frenchie. He's always talking about Kai. So this is something that Derek has noticed, that Big D talks about Kai a lot. When he asked Big D who he would want to protect this week, he said Kai was one of his people that he wanted to protect. So worth noting that Derek X sees Big D as a Kai pawn, essentially. And, you know, we don't know exactly what that will mean long term, but it's an observation that Derek has made.
He is a Kylan fan, and I feel like Kylan really hasn't done that much work with Derek now to like make him his number one supporter. I think he should,
it's open.
Over, much more Ozza or even Xavier, but they have a much better, obligatory relationship. So.
They talk about the Tiffany's theory about Sarah Beth and Shelly not existing. Derek said, I don't believe it. Dude, she went from SBJ Sarah Beth jury to SB and Kai are doing it. Like I don't buy this.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I'm so glad.
No, I might as well.
On the fact that Tiffany used to kind of chill out on this whole Sarah Beth and Shelly sort of Kylan relationship. Even Claire and Hannah have talked about it.
It's a lot of money.
Even Claire brought up a point when she was talking to. She was like, I feel like we've done too good of a job at basically smearing SB's name in this house. So if Christian does move, I hope it doesn't flop. But yeah, Shelly exists. I hope, we can get a letter from Shelly signed, I love you, babe, forever and ever. It can hope for the rest and everything, but I still don't see it happening.
So Hannah tells him about Alyssa's plan that she plans to flip the votes on Sarah Beth and tell Hannah about it 30 minutes before the eviction. This is interesting to note because Derek does have a relationship with Kylan and Sarah Beth, and now he knows that the Kings, including Xavier, were planning on flipping the vote against Sarah Beth if Big D were to go up on the block. That is very valuable information that he can use with Sarah Beth. Could be very interesting if he decides to use it. She's going to propose. She says, "How do you feel about you, me, Tiffany, Claire, Kai, and X as a 6?" And he says, I love that final 6. That would really work for me. And she says we can keep people like Big D and Brittany as pawns, get rid of Sarah Beth and Ozza and Alyssa. But Derek says, I don't want to get rid of Ozza. I prefer to keep Ozza around as a pawn rather than Brittany. And so that's fine. That's fine. Because he just kind of walks right into, Cookout plus Big D and Ozza. And essentially the final 8, leaving himself and Claire as the only non-Cookout members, which I think would be perfectly fine for Hannah, who doesn't feel the need to get out Claire and Derek X ASAP.
Hurry!
Yeah. I feel it's good to see Hannah and Derek X have these conversations because we saw them. Most of the time we talk joke around, flirt, do all that. But I love when they just sit down and have these game-focused conversations.
There's no time.
They got the final 2. I don't know how.
It's your duty
I want
to
to say
survive.
it's real, but
Commander,
Hannah still has the cookout.
This is
I feel
my
she
command.
understands that. So
Let
I
me
don't know
at
how
least
real
fulfill
that
my
final
duty
2
here
is, but I
to
just
the
enjoy
end.
seeing them talk game, and I think if Hannah does, start to pick up,
this place is lost.
I don't think they can
Move it, 2B!
couple.
That's an order!
So that's pretty much the day. There were a couple of funny things going on. Derek X is going to receive his punishment, and the punishment is that he is the Lord of the Latrine, and he must make an announcement and blow the horn as he guards the bathroom every time somebody sits upon the porcelain throne. And it is pretty funny.
So they made jokes about it, but I don't really know if it actually is. Is that a bidet in there?
I believe the bidet still is in there. Yes.
Wait, how has Big Brother always had a bidet? Oops.
Where were you for last season when Enzo was talking about the spritz of water?
I guess I didn't think it was serious, but I'm so jealous that they have a bidet. I've never used one of those.
Dude, get one.
Do you have one?
Of course.
Terry, so you're clean.
Always, man. It is barbaric to not have a bidet.
I use flushable wipes.
It's not enough. I'm telling you.
Okay. So I'm gonna come to San Diego, use your bidet.
Commander.
Is that weird having someone else use your bidet, or is it like a comment? I mean, I guess like
pursuers detected.
At the same
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
No.
Okay.
but
Bidet expensive?
you can get a cheap one.
It's your
So would it be cheaper to fly Sandy go use your bidet or buy my own bidet?
I mean, you can probably buy one for like, probably as low as $20. Yeah, just attachments onto a seat, hook it up to the water. You know, you'll probably want to spring for a little bit more than that, but still, you'll save the money on toilet paper immediately anyway.
Enough of this shit.
I'm about to be a new man.
9
Oh, yeah.
I need to take over your control.
That
You need to
was
what? I'm getting us out of here.
All right.
Okay.
So that's, and the outfit that he's wearing is amazing. It's I saw somebody on Reddit made a post that like that he looked like Wishbone. I don't know if you ever saw that. You might be a little
No, I may be a little what?
a little bit young for it.
Come on, like PBS Kids the dog.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Wishbone, and I was like, oh my god, he is like Wishbone, and it's very adorable. It's also really funny because like, it's like, you know, it's like old-timey like royal garb sorts of stuff, and it actually like affects the way that he's like his mannerisms. I was mentioning this last night on my stream, but like he's standing like with his hands like this, and like he's sort of talking like this all of a sudden.
This when she crashes, right? And then we have
I don't
the
think
mission
he's
that I
doing
fucking
it on
hated.
purpose this time. But it's very funny. The whole thing is great. He looks adorable. It's the whole thing is good.
He sauced it up too, like putting the chain and the sunglasses on. Like he was feeling that look. I feel like it's one of the.
Yeah, so I think we're at the point that I hated. I remember hating that section so much. Where like you have a certain amount of time where you have to go from here to
Alright, so
that
there's
Forest
also
Kingdom
the
area.
hug that lasted a while.
And like she's like destroyed
the
and
thing
everything.
that Derek
So
was
it's like,
mentioning about Xavier was that he was talking about like just like beating people up or something, which was a big thing. But also there was a conversation that people have been talking about that I went back and watched. That they were talking about like absinthe. It was the Kings. Xavier, Alyssa, and Christian, and then they started talking about cocaine, and Alyssa just chimes in with like, "Oh, cocaine's normal. Everybody does it. My friends do it all the time."
I saw that conversation on Twitter. I didn't actually see it. That's wild.
Yeah, there's a Reddit thread on that too, and people are like, yeah, I mean, especially where she's from, like it's very normal.
Wait, she's in Miami too, right?
She's from Miami, I think. Yeah.
From Miami, yeah. I mean, I don't.
Other androids.
I have not seen
Give
it,
me
but
a
I'm
location
imagining,
that's low on android
envisioning
signals.
that cocaine in you know that area would be very high. So
Searching. Analysis.
But that was a fight. Everyone was sort of like, what? Does she hang around like this? Probably something she probably doesn't do.
Your unit 2B will sustain serious damage unless the
let's see,
virus is
like what is
eliminated.
that true sap?
You don't say.
So that's something that's been making the rounds here as well. Anything else, Jacob, that you wanted to bring up?
Wait, along with that conversation, did you hear what Tiffany was like? Was that the other night or last night or yesterday? She was like, I don't know where you can get $750,000 in 80 some days unless you like just slinging cocaine or something like that. So it was like today's conversation. So they had a
21%.
Remove the
Oh man,
contamination.
I think it's so funny, like the amount of people that have been like, no,
shit.
it is normal. Don't be sheltered.
Oh, what the fuck?
Like, okay, cool person, you're real cool.
It's a flex nowadays.
All right. Well, that's, I believe, what we've got for you from yesterday. Again,
I fucked
lots
up.
going on, but we are going to be getting. Of course, Sarah Beth had a bit of her birthday celebration last night. I really would like, I think there's a little bit of extra stuff that they're waiting on for the birthday. So I really would like the blind sides to not be ruined, and then also like Sarah Beth is like, oh no,
No, fuck.
His birthday all
God
over
damn
again.
it.
Like, not oh no, oh yes,
Oh, yes.
You should be like, hold my cake until after the ceremony. I want to be the next
my
legendary moment
I can't
in the
do
show.
any of that. I hate this section so fucking
She
much.
should honestly be like, yes, please, I want this moment to happen. But Tara, the amount of energy you just got amped up over that, I hope it comes true.
I'm just disappointed in the level of the lack of awareness of the fact that this is a TV show with these people. I want more of them to be aware. Like, come on, you can have how. That's the best. I don't like people yelling at me. I don't like people yelling around me. But if I was on Big Brother and I had the option to have my birthday even be in the same conversation as Keisha's birthday, oh yeah, Keisha's birthday. Oh yeah, and remember Taryn's birthday? It wasn't as good, but it was still kind of like it, right? Oh, that would have been amazing. But no, she doesn't want it to be that way. She wants it to be nice and happy.
Again, we were in such a good spawn until I fucking fell.
Damn,
God damn it.
Damn, she wants a happy birthday. Damn her.
Malfunction detected.
We're gonna ruin the blind side. We're gonna not have a Keisha's birthday. All right, let's just calm down and be more.
I can't move. That's the problem with this.
If both of those things happen, I will actually at least give us a blind if not both. You know, they give us a good blind side. We don't have to Keisha's birthday. Blind side with Keisha's birthday. We want it. Hopefully Taryn gets his birthday wish. I want it. And Sarah Beth's birthday would be one. And a blind side.
We're at time wise for 40.
All right, well, that's what we've got for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. I will, of course, be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to update you on everything that happens today.
Fuck off. Just let me...
The back door.
Oh, fuck off.
Whether the blind side happens, we'll have to wait and see.
Fuck off. What the fuck is
The way that
this?
they've talked about, and it happens 10 minutes before the ceremony, we're unlikely to see it on the feed.
I can't do anything.
Worse, it's one thing to ruin the blind side. It's another to wait until the feed's cut. Hannah, who doesn't watch feeds, I know you don't watch feeds, Hannah. I know you binge this show. I know that's why you think 10 minutes before isn't gonna be a slap in the face to all of us. We might not see the immediate reaction there.
I can't do anything. This is such fucking bullshit. Let me fucking move. What the fuck?
And maybe we'll get some Keisha's birthday stuff a little bit.
I'm right
we'll see
fucking
what
there.
happens today. It could be very exciting. We might have a lot to talk about tomorrow morning.
But it won't let me
And of
do
course,
anything.
Tomorrow night we'll have the roundtable. We'll talk about rating these people, and we'll have some fun with that. So you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Karen Armstrong. I played some Among Us yesterday and was live during the episode. We had some fun with that. You can also find me on Twitter @ArmstrongTaryn. You can also listen to the Winners
them to
at
kill
War,
me, but they won't
the
kill
season
me.
podcast that I did with Rob.
It's like at this point, it's like I might as well start over.
The 7th best season of Survivor, according to
What the
fans.
fuck is that?
According to me. All right, so Jacob, where can people find you?
I thought you were about to end it without saying anything to me.
Never.
Appreciate that. You can find me at Twitter at JacobJ_Jones. And yeah, just be there.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today, and I will see all of you next time.
Dun, 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 dun.
There we go. Why the fuck is it now? Oh, fuck off, of course. Right when I need to get on top of that. Fuck this section. I really fucking hate this section. Fuck. At least I got out of the hole. Again, that all could have been avoided. Like, I just didn't need to fucking fall in. Okay, last episode uploaded.
Alright guys, we're here back with more.
Fuck. No, stop making me go there. What the fuck are you doing? Stop. What the fuck is the camera doing? No. Game. It's like the game's like...
Contamination rate 70%. Infiltrating symptom protected region.
Yeah, it's right there. And this took me like 20 tries last time I played this. I got like so frustrated where I wanted to quit the fucking game because of this section. This and the boss battle we're going to be coming up to not too far from now. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it unless they like really bullshit us here. It's like it's right across the bridge, that's all we need to do.
Alert. Buttons contamination rate 90%.
Oh fuck, we're at 90?
Unusual heat generation in central nervous system. Internal combustion.
Or is that in-game?
Detected in visual sensors. Alert. Deterioration found in black box. Alert. Damage to data backup system. Step damage will make it difficult to retain self-consciousness upon backup.
Yeah, I think we're good. Can't even see. Wait, why are we still having this like imagery when we're playing this 2 or 8-2? Whatever.
Guess this is it. These
At least we got through that first try.
my memories. Take care of everyone for me. Take care of the future. A2.
Where the hell is 2B?
Scanning. Black box signal located.
Put it on the map.
Alert. Large-scale ground tremors detected. Underground soil structure is no longer stable. Cause is likely a high-magnitude earthquake. Proposal. Evacuate immediately.
I'm not going anywhere!
At this point, I might as well do this because I believe this is the end of chapter 11, so I might as well just do it.
To be! Are you?
Nights.
Oh no. 2B. No. I'll kill you!
Okay. Okay. So, we will end soon. Next opportunity, hopefully.
Black box signal for Yorha Unit 2B offline. Death confirmed. Data exchange engaged.
Yorha Unit 9S has completed repair and reconstruction of all damaged areas. Unit is ready for reactivation.
Yorha Unit A2 also ready for reactivation.
Proposal. Illuminate surrounding area.
Analysis. Units 9S and A2 are safe.
No problems detected.
Only one issue remains. We comprise the Yorha support system. If the A2 and 9S units are operational, we are required to attend and support.
Agreed.
Displaying positions of units A2 and 9S.
So then, what happened to command? Number 2, go! I can handle... No! Number 4!
Activation of Unit A2 confirmed. Good morning, A2.
Who are you?
Tactical Support Unit Pod 042. This pod has been tasked with providing firing support for Yorha Unit A2.
I didn't ask for help.
Affirmative. No request was received from Unit A2. Rather, it was the
Who
final
voices
order
A2
from
again?
this pod's
It's not
previous
the same
support
person,
assignment,
right?
Unit 2B.
That's 2B.
Well, it's unnecessary.
Yorha Unit A2 lacks the authority to override this order.
Whatever. What the hell is...
Don't let me save.
Huge thing.
Unknown.
You're pretty useless, you know that?
Proposal. Unit A2 should state her intentions.
Why the hell would I do that?
In order to provide optimal support, pods must be supplied with data relating to the activities of supported units.
Not happening.
Okay, so I think we're just gonna end here. We're gonna do another episode anyway. That might be the last episode for today, though, but we'll do one more. Yeah, for now, thank you for watching.